Hey there, creepy peeps. It is time again for another creepy book club. I know, it's been a long ass time since I've done one of these. I'm in school, guys. I'm sorry, I don't have the time to read as quickly as I normally can. I don't even remember what the last one I did was. I don't know. It'll be linked at the end of the video. I try to link similar videos on the little required, because you're required to post a video link at the end for like the end screen. That's a requirement. So I tried to make it a similar one. I don't know why I'm rambling about this. Anyways, we're going to be talking about today The Vegetarian by Han Kang. This is a South Korean novel, which obviously has been translated to English because I can't read Korean. But that's the language it was originally published in. I don't know who translated from the Korean by Deborah Smith. There you go. So I figured I'll just go ahead and quickly read the back cover for the summary so you guys know, and I think I'm gonna try and put it up here somewhere too, or like over my face or something so you can read along. I don't know. I'll just stand over here just in case I put it over here. So, before the nightmares began, Yang Hae and her husband lived an ordinary, controlled life. But the dreams, invasive images of blood and brutality, torture her, driving Yang Hae to purge her mind and renounce eating meat altogether. It's a small act of independence, but it interrupts her marriage and sets into motion an increasingly grotesque chain of events at home. As her husband, her brother-in-law, and her sister each fight to reassert their control, Yang Hae obsessively defends the choice that's become sacred to her. Soon their attempts turn desperate, subjecting first her mind and then her body to ever more intrusive and perverse violations, sending Yang Hae spiraling into a dangerous, bizarre estrangement, not only from those closest to her, but also from herself. So I received this as a gift from my little brother, who thought it would be perfect for me because it's from South Korea and I do listen to K-pop a lot. It's called The Vegetarian, but she actually technically goes vegan in the book. She renounces all animal products, from what she's wearing to like dairy and everything, so not just meat. So she actually goes vegan, which I am. And it's supposed to be creepy, which it is creepy. I'm saying it's supposed to be creepy. It is creepy. So basically he thought this book was like the trifecta of me. So since I changed my review format, I have not done a creepy book club since I've changed my review format. So I really don't know how this is gonna go. I kind of just like wrote down my thoughts. Okay, well, I dropped the book on the floor. That's why I shouldn't wave it around so much, Vicky. Jesus Christ. I kind of just wrote down a few thoughts as I was reading the book, kind of I guess about like the overall themes. I guess we'll just blend the review with, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. This book, I will just start off with, this book is not for everybody. It's not a horror book. I definitely would not classify this as horror. Is it creepy and unsettling? Yes. That it is. Outright scary and horror? No, definitely not. But it does have a lot of really awesome themes in it. If you're feeling empowered lately, or you want to feel empowered, this is a good book to read. As I understand it, South Korea is a very conservative country, and especially in terms of being a woman, Yang Hae, our main character, who is a married woman, is definitely expected to listen to her husband and to listen to her father. So both of which she stops doing when she goes vegan, because they basically just don't understand. Like, none of her family really understands why she's doing it. She tries to explain to somebody, I can't remember, that like I said, like it says in the summary, she has these really vivid dreams, these very gory and grotesque and vivid dreams of just like violence, and it just it scares her, and it it disturbs her to the point where she does not want to partake in that anymore. Which, if you're a vegan or a vegetarian, you probably can relate to that feeling kind of a little bit. Maybe not so much the dream part, but just not wanting to participate in that type of violence. But I think the biggest theme I found in this book was the theme of actions speak louder than words. This book is divided into 3 parts with 3 different narrators, none of which are Young Hae, who is supposed to be our main character. So we never actually get to hear from her perspective, really. We only get to hear from her through the other characters. So the characters that were listed in the summary: her husband, her brother-in-law, and her sister, which in that order is who the sections are narrated by. So we're first with her husband, then with her brother-in-law, and then her sister. And then even then, Young Hae speaks very little. I think she just knows the situation that she's in, and she knows nobody is going to understand, and they're just trying to get her to eat meat and to be healthy by eating meat, because that's the only way you can be healthy, to the point where like they're literally like at a dinner party, they're literally trying to shove a piece of meat into her mouth, like forcibly. So she says very little, and I think it's just because she knows nobody is going to understand. And there's another theme that I think I picked up on being a vegan, that humanity is harmful and it's violent and it's dangerous. I think that's the main point of Young Hae giving up all animal products, is she realizes how violent and awful the world can be, and she does not want to partake in that anymore, to the point where she no longer wants to be a part of the world. Basically, not necessarily that she wants to die, but she just doesn't want to be human. And that's where this book gets weird and creepy and unsettling, because she certainly, and I was waiting to find some articles that were like, this book proves that being vegan is not healthy. She does not follow a well-balanced vegan diet. As we start to realize, it's hard to pick up on it until like much later in the book, again, because we're only getting glimpses of Young Hae through these other characters, that she doesn't want to be human, or that's how I interpreted it. This really becomes apparent in the final third of it, when we are when the narrator is Young Hae's sister, where Young Hae is seriously deteriorating at this point. She's in hospital, she's skin and bones, and she keeps talking about trees and things like that, and you kind of get the idea that she kind of wants to be a tree, but she doesn't want to be a part of the violent human race anymore. I just really feel for Young Hae in this, again, which is kind of a powerful thing to feel when you don't actually ever hear from her perspective. You hear a filtered version of her perspective as these other characters are hearing it. So it's very interesting. Very interesting. So I guess I will still rate it. I'm gonna give this a rating of 3 vegans out of 5. I thought it was really solid. I was quite surprised at this, and I felt really empowered when I was done reading it. Like, I really did. This book was definitely surprising, not what I was expecting at all. I didn't really even know what I was expecting. I didn't know if it was going to be a horror book or anything like that, so I was pleasantly surprised. But like I said, unfortunately it's not for everybody. So if that summary did not appeal to you, the book is probably not really going to appeal to you. But if it did a little bit, I think you should read it. It's a really good read, and it's quite short. It's only 200 pages. I know it took me forever to read it, but I got this for Christmas. But I was reading other things too. I'm reading other things along with this, and school, which I use that as my excuse all the time. And on Goodreads right now, it has a 3.6 out of 5, which I'm on Goodreads too. I don't know if I'm under Nightmare Maven on Goodreads. I'll change my name to Nightmare Maven. I can't talk right now. I'll change my name to Nightmare Maven on Goodreads. So if you are a bookworm like me, you can go follow me on Goodreads as well. I'll change my name to Nightmare Maven so you can find me. I said that already. So this is a long shot, but if you've read The Vegetarian, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. Yeah. I do hope you enjoyed this video. You can follow me on all my other social media by looking in the description box. All the links are down there. And I'll link my Goodreads page too as well if you're interested. I'm not on there as much, but once I get out of school, man, it's gonna blow up. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time, stay strange. Bye.